Hi, today our topic in ethics and social responsibility is ethics and social responsibility in media. And under this topic, we will discuss social responsibility theory of mass media. So, again, I'm going to divide this topic into two lectures. First lecture will be about the media and social responsibility theory, and then the second one will be major feature, example, advantages and disadvantages of the social responsibility theory. So I'm going to divide first part, we will define it and we will discuss what it is, and then its feature and its advantages and then disadvantages, and in the last part we will talk about the calculation of that it how we can be what are the dilemmas of social responsibility in media as well. So let's start with the media, and let's define first what is media. So term media, I know most of you students are already the student of media and mass media management. So but for those students who are not familiar with these terms, so let me define for them. Let's first define the media. The term media, which is plural of medium. So be careful, media is a plural. Sometimes even very educated people use media as a singular noun or singular things, but it is actually plural, and it is single is medium. So medium and plural is media, refers to the communication channels through which we disseminate our information. So what we do is spread something, especially information and widely. So disseminate mean spreading something. So then this is the definition of media. So what is mass media? So mass media is like for mass, for people. So means technology that is intended to reach a mass audience. It is primary means of communication used to reach the vast majority of general public. So media and then mass media. So media is the different ways of reaching to people to give them information, and mass media is when you are through different channels or through media you give the general people informations or entertainment. So the most common platform of mass media are newspaper. You are familiar with the newspaper. We used to read newspaper. Magazine, you still read magazines, and then radio, of course we still listen to radio, FM radios we have, then television, every house almost have the TV, and then internet. So internet is the latest addition to the media, mass media or the media. So we everyone almost who has access to internet is using it for different purposes, even for education. So education is also, because we are giving you information, so is also part of media. So we are giving you information. So I have divided what are the contents of media. I mean what informations or what contents we spread to the people is news. Yes. Music. You listen music all the time from radio, from internet. Then we watch movies. Even movies, even cinemas are part of media, mass media, because when we go and watch movies, you see that we are listening music, we are also getting information, different messages from different people. Then education, like I just explained to you, and since we started online, so we are using internet to give you the information. Then promotional messages, that is called advertisement. So we also using these media to propagate our message about our product, about our services, and then other data, other information, other things we will give to. So these are the contents, these are the messages, these are the things, these are the material we spread through our these medias. So let's talk about the channel of medias, which I already talked a little bit, but let me, it includes physical and online newspaper and magazines. So newspapers are, is also physical meaning paper, hard copies, and magazines, and also online, soft copies available. You want to read any newspaper, and usually no, we don't even read on paper, we just need online newspapers all over the world. If you want to read Pakistani newspaper, if you want to read any newspaper of any word which you can read, so you can just put there, if you have a net, so put there and you get the information. So there is a flood of information for this reason, because there are too many things available for you guys to read and get the information. Then television, yes, televisions are local, hundreds of channels are available all over the world, and you have access to them. Then radio, radio is another electronic part of electronic media. Actually TV is also part of electronic media. Radio is also, even internet is also part of electronic, anything. Telephone is also part of electronic. So these are all things are then but physical newspaper or physical magazines are not. That's called print media. So little bit about these introductions. And then billboards, we go and we see there's a boards on the roads, and the even on the shops, they are saying what. So they want to give you information. If anything, if you go in the park and if they want to give you any instructions, they are written on the. So there's also a board that's called a billboard, and giving you the information to the people who are visiting the park or visiting that zoo or any public place. Then fax is another part of electronic media, which through which we send the letters. Internet, we send the email. There are a lot of other things. With the phone, we have mobile phone, we have WhatsApp, we have everything. So these all things are channels of media spreading the information. And then social media is a part of total media. Social media is any media which is of the people, among the people. It is not like coming from a central place. So it is like I'm giving you information, you are giving to some of your friends information. So this way, these information for. So we will our next topic is actually social responsibilities in social media. Then ethics and social responsibility in media. So we are, after discussing what is media is, what are their contents are. So let's talk about now ethics and social responsibility in. So we know ethics. Ethics is between right and wrong, which we think is right, which we think not right. And then we decide it, it is according to our philosophy, according to our mindset, according to our thinking. So we do all these things. So social responsibility is ethics that guide any action. Our actions, we have guide. We have, like I always explain in your class, that we have a book. So we see any action we see, and we just measure that action or compare that action, what is written in the book. So if we are going according to book, or we are not, or we are following the book, or even we are believer of that book or not, that is another thing. Sometimes people don't believe. So social responsibility is ethics that guide any action. So be it in media or other organization, but put an obligation toward. So what is obligation? Toward environment. So we always, when we talk about social responsibility, basically we talk about these things. So all the organization, including media organizations, have obligations. Obligation means responsibilities. Social responsibilities toward what? Environment, society, culture, economy, people. So these are all things they have responsibility. In the previous lectures we talk about the marketer's social responsibility. So we already talk about these things. So basically social responsibility is toward these 4 or 5 things. So we are adding economy. So economy is also part of our environment. What is happening, economic activities or economic transaction or business transactions are part of that. So, and since media is becoming so powerful, so they are influencing everything. For this reason I add this topic into our subject. Usually it is not like we talk individually, particular we talk social responsibility, ethics and social responsibility generally, but I added that because first, it is very becoming very important, and I want that if you will go to this business, I know most of you will be attached to that some way here there. You are intelligent people, so you may be working for newspaper, for radios, for internet, for all these media. So I want to teach you, and then again you because as an audience you should know that what you are listening or what they are doing, either they are socially responsible or not. So knowledge not only give you how you act, but how you see other people's actions. So it's very important that we have this knowledge. So what about then obligations or responsibility or concern, like I use word in the marketing, concern about environment. Environment includes everything around us. Then society is the people, and the culture is the way we are living the life, is a normal way of living. Then economy, I already explained to you, is a business transaction, and economy is affecting everyone. If because we are living in a society where we are dependent upon each other, we are very interdependency upon each other. For example, say I teach you, I make money. Maybe your father has a big store, I go and buy things there. So we are depending each other. So maybe father is a doctor or working in a hospital, so if I become sick, I go there. So we are we are dependent each other. So in a way, this society or this economy, and then we give money. I'm getting money, you are paying fees to university. So this is the way the money transactions are a part of economy. So media, like any other sector, should not harm but should promote environment, socio-cultural aspects in relation to economy of the society. So we should have we are not talking much about economy, but the social cultural aspects of that economy we already talk about, because you have another subject which is business social ethics, and I also teach that too. So but here I'm just talking about generally. So that aspects of economy, because if we start stealing, if start cheating people money wise or doing fraud, so that is you are almost going to ruin the society. So if you see there is a then we come back to our social responsibility in media again. So we never forget that freedom is not free. Or we are talking about here media freedom. So freedom is nothing is free. This is in English, they are saying no free lunches. So anything you have to get the freedom, you have to fight for that, or fight for your rights. So this is called, we never forget that freedom is not free. So to get the freedom, you have to sacrifice something, you have to spend things, you have to spend time, your lives. You see people are fighting for their freedom of speech, freedom of talking, freedom of independence. So this is same thing. Media, since media is very powerful and very influential tool to make the mass opinion. So it is very important that it should be free. Like we talk about, it is a part of democracy, part of new world, that we should be free to talk. But then again we come to a ethical dilemma or ethical issue, that how much freedom. This is very big question. How much freedom. So for some people total freedom, someone for regulated freedom, sometime for someone it is like there should be some rule and regulations for freedom. So we will talk end of the chapter about this, end of this topic in the next lecture, that what it is. So social responsibility. So we will I picked one thing. There is a social responsibility theory of mass media. So what is that social responsibility of mass media? Is the relatively a new concept which started in the mid 20th centuries, and it's used mostly by developing and least developed countries. So we all use this, the social scientists use this thing to ascertain the freedom of freedom of the media. So it encourages total freedom to press and no censorship, but it should be regulated according to social responsibility and external controls. So like I talk with you, it encourages total freedom, total freedom. And then then there is external control. This is like but these are kind of, I'm not saying two extreme ends, but they are two things. One is saying total freedom, but they're saying freedom with the control. So these are the two things. These are like a war is going on between who wants to control the freedom of the press or freedom of the media, and then other one is want total freedom. Content is also filtered through public obligation and interference. So these contents are filtered through public obligation, and so content should be filtered. Filter mean they should be censored. I don't want to use word censor, but they're filtered through public. If we don't want to give I already talked with you in one class. Sometimes we don't give those information which create a disturbance in the society. So sometimes we filter those informations, but sometimes people say no. Some people say no, there should be no filtration. We should give news as it is. We shouldn't be tailor-made for things, but some people say no, for the larger interest of the society we should do that we filtered these information. So this is the so what is a free and responsible press? So let's see what is the definition of a free and responsible press. So free and responsible, see, they use both words together. A truthful, comprehensive and intelligent account of events in a context which gives them meaning. So this is a truthful, and a comprehensive and intelligent. Use three words, here they use the three words. Sometimes we give truthful, but we give the truth only which we want to give. We don't give the other side of the story. It is not comprehensive. So intelligent, maybe it is not intelligently put the information. Maybe you don't understand what kind of information. So these are the three ingredients according to this definition: is truthfulness, comprehensiveness and intelligence. Counts of a forum for exchange of comments and criticism. So we should be provided a forum, and it is a forum for exchange of comments and criticism. So we should make the comments, make the statement, make the criticism, but also we get the criticism, the projection of a representative picture of the constituents group in the society. So we should give everyone a chance in the society to speak out. So it's not like people who have power, they will speak. Only the people who don't have the power, they cannot speak. So it's very important that it should be exchange. I talk, you talk. And then we should be, all the groups should be represented in that media, the presentation and the clarification of goals and value of the society. So this is another very, in my opinion, very controversial, or very things. What are the what is the goals and the values of the society? We have always discussion here. When you will grow up, you will see and what that mean is. Goals, and some people are saying goals of our society is this, our values are this. Some are saying no, this is this. So then we should have full access to the information. So this is another thing is that is very important in the free and responsible press. So this is definition of then media is accountability. So to whom media is accountable, so it is very important. See, everything is, for example, I'm accountable to who? To my students, to my employers, to my family, to my society, to myself. I'm accountable. So same thing, same are you are accountable to your parents, your society, your university, because if you do something bad, they say, oh, this student is from Ikra University, or this student is from that university, or from that family, or from that area, from that nation, or from that citizen. So this is, you should be responsible for everything. You're accountable for everyone. So the media accountable in the following ways: to their audience, to whom they owe correct news reportage, analysis, and editorialization. So your editorial should be, your editorial is basically opinion of that particular newspaper. You are not giving some information or some reports or some analysis which is not true, or which is harmful to audience. So you should be responsible to your audience. Then to the government, to which they owe constructive criticism. Yes, they should be, according to this social responsibility theory in mass media, constructive criticism and rely on popular opinion. Yes, and then educate feedback from the populace. So you have to get the feedback, you have to popular opinion. Sometime we work like we create a popular opinion by this thing, and then you bring it back. So it is like working other way around too sometime. But again, this is another thing, is this, in my opinion, this accountability sometimes become very controversial. So then to their proprietor, to their owner, to whom they owe the survival of the media organization as a business venture, as well as vertical source of education, alignment, and entertainment. So they are also responsible to their owner of that media house, because as a business, they should see that their business is running. To whom they owe the survival of the media organization as a business venture. So as a business venture, its survival is very important. So then to themselves, like I said, to whom they owe fulfillment in their calling, satisfaction, and entire success story. So to audience, to government, to proprietor, to themselves. When any of these judges of journalistic responsibility is shunted, accountability is dented, and dramatically responsibility is affected adversely. So if any of these judges thinks the things are not happening, because sometimes if media become against you, because media is how media's can sometimes play the games. So, and maybe they are not very fair. So and then if they are not fair with the audience, they are and their owner and their themselves. So next is social responsibility mass media concept. What it is, basic concept is a freedom of expression under the social responsibility theory is not a absolute right. So freedom is not an absolute right according to this theory. You have to be careful. One's right to free expression must be balanced against the private rights of the other and against vital society interest. So your freedom is there, but it shouldn't be infringe the rights of other people, or interest of the society. For example, you see, we cannot talk bad on TV. We cannot show some things which are against the society. So some people say it's a censor, but it's not censored, because it is socially responsible. We don't want to ruin our audience. In social responsibility theory, the press is taken to be for the people and the society. So that is this theory. Press is for the people and society. The task of press is to make a code of conduct and follow it, to develop a standard in journalism, to make journalism better, to protect journalists, and to have penalties in any journalist violate the code of conduct. So this is, in other words, if a journalist lying, you can take to the court or take to their own body, which have standard in journalism. So this is like self-censor. Sometimes we talk about that. And this is then the fifth one is the facts provided by the press are analyzed and interpreted so that people get true information and understandable news. So like doing commentary on the news, they are give as they receive, but they have to information, they have to analyze that what is the the detailed and in-depth. So this help maintain social harmony by revealing social evils like corruption and discouraging the other bad conduct. So we have to be socially responsible media. So they have to talk against corruption or bad thing happening or anything happening against the value or the goal of the society. The media is taken as a place for the voiceless to have voice and develop the public opinion, where each and every person has the right to speak, express and publish. So media, voice, actually media should give the voice to the voiceless. It is considered not an end but a tool for social development. So it is like a tool to develop the societies, and it is very important. And media is very, very important because to educate people how they have behaved in, you see that even our dramas have moral things. Even all the commentary we are using, all the religiously we giving information is for the betterment, for the development of the society. And I have seen that in many countries they have special program to teach people how to behave, how to wear, how to talk. These all programs are linked to development of the society, and mentally and physically. Therefore the objective of media are stated to inform, document, analyze, interpret, mediate, mobilize by creating and finding solutions. So they have to give the solution. So we come end to our lecture. So please, if you have any question, just let me know. Thank you for your time.
Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to press bell icon. Thank you.